We have had luck. We've managed to find Tingana, just kind of scratched around for him very close to where we last had the tracks. Tlalumba's tracks seem to carry on, so I don't think she's here with him. But at least we've got the Duke. I'm going to go around so we can see his face. Obviously, we just caught him on the backside as we were kind of coming through, and I would like to kind of go around to actually see him properly. He's kind of looking out, so we should be able to get around there. It looks like a nice little open gap on the other side. So that'll be nice. I'm excited to see the old man. You got a new lease of life that you are seeing something. Look at that. He's magnificent, isn't he? I wonder if there's not a warthog or something that he's spotted, because he looks very, very interested in something, or that. Either that, or he's just like, well, I'm going to come and pose and make sure all of you can see just how beautiful I am. I mean, he's still looking in good condition, all things considered. He does look like he could use a meal, but otherwise the rest of him is as big and as bulky as ever before. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to reverse back for him. There's a section where he's kind of looking in front of the car, but there's not a lot of space for him to move. We've got a big fallen over stump. So I just want to give him 3 or 4 meters space that he can move if he wants to. You can see the stump. I don't want to close him off on the stump. There we go. You see he was waiting for us to move. There you go, my boy. You've got the space you want to go. He was being a gentleman. He was just waiting for us to move back for him. He's got a bit of blood on his neck there. I wonder if he didn't kind of scratch a tick off. Looks like he's just nicked a tick or something and kind of broken it off. I can't see what he's looking at. I mean, I don't see any impalas or anything noticeable. The mound that I just drove past has very clear signs of warthog activity. So maybe a warthog that's slowly making its way back towards the mound is very possible. The grass here is quite long, and so a warthog would be quite tricky to actually see. So let's see what he does. The guy is sniffing. You see how that nose is working. So 50, I mean, it wasn't too difficult. We got lucky in that he wasn't too far from where the guys saw him this morning. It just took a little bit of patience and just a kind of quick loop around. I just checked a water hole. He wasn't there. And as soon as I knew he hadn't crossed out of the block, then we knew he had to be here. So from there, it was just coming in and trying to find him from that side. But yeah, we got lucky, I suppose. It's always nice when we find them. Sometimes you need an element of luck in order to find these guys. They are so well camouflaged that if they lie down and you kind of bumble through and you don't pay attention, sometimes you can easily go past them. What are you seeing, Tingy? He's definitely intrigued by something. And it doesn't look like it's far. The kind of angle of his head and the way he's looking almost appears like it's not that long distance. Often when things are far away, they lift their head and they kind of appear like over the grass, whereas he almost looks like he's looking down into the grass. So maybe just behind this little thicket that's to my right, maybe that's where whatever it is. Now I was saying that there's a bit of blood on his neck. If you look kind of on the bottom right of his neck, where his sort of neck joins his shoulder, you'll notice that there's a little blood patch there. Now they often get that if they've kind of nicked a tick off. The tick can sometimes leave a bit of blood coming through. It's nothing to worry about. He'll be absolutely fine. But I think he's just had a little bit of bleeding around there. It amazes me how this cat can move around without us always knowing that he's here. You know, this morning, no one picked up a male leopard track anywhere in this section. Yet, here he is right in the center of Djuma. And I think what's in his favor at the moment is that a lot of guys are not tracking male leopard tracks, which is frustrating because, you know, we don't always know that it's Mulawati. But based off the fact that it's Mulawati, a lot of people just kind of like, you know, male leopard track in the middle of Djuma, I'm just going to leave it, I'm not going to worry, which is not the way to do things. It's always good to track every track to the point where you can't find it, or you do find the animal, and if it is Mulawati and he runs away, well, that's okay. But, you know, sometimes it leads you to him, or it could be, you know, Tavangumi, it could be another male altogether, maybe a new male. So always important to follow tracks. as far as you can, and try and follow it through as best as possible, because you never really know what's on the end. As much as we like to think we know the tracks, it's not always the case. Okay, we'll be with Tingy for the afternoon. We'll try and figure out what he's hunting. In the meantime, though, let's send you across to Steve. See what he's doing. I think he's sniffing warthogs out, as he's at the hole of a warthog burrow. Let's see if he goes up the mound. If you have a look just on my left, this is the mound I was telling you about. There's actually a little hole just where there's that kind of sandy patch. Just around that corner is a little hole there, and that's what he's looking into at the moment. And it's probably how he got this little leg wound that he has. If you kind of see just round that corner is where the hole in the entrance to this mound is, and he's kind of lifting his head, sort of looking in that direction. I wonder if maybe he trapped a warthog in here, and that's why he's kind of been around this area the whole day. Like I say, if you look on his leg there, you'll see a little cut on that sort of shoulder section, and that's look just like a warthog tusk. That's nicked him there. It's quite common to see on a male leopard every now and then. They've got these little cuts around their chest or their sort of shoulder sections. Pisces Bobby, wanting Tingana to show us his hunting prowess. Well, I think he's going to. I'm going to go forward for you so you can actually see the hole. Looks like he's going to sniff in there. Now, for those of you that have never seen leopards deal with warthogs or hunt warthogs, if, and it's a massive if and probably not likely, something does come out of here and he does grab it, if you are sensitive in any way, shape or form, I ask that you turn away, because a leopard grabbing a warthog is quite possibly the most loud and disturbing thing one can witness, but I don't think he's going to hunt. Like I say, I think it was a very off chance, but I had to give you a warning in case. You never know. It can be very disturbing watching leopards hunt warthogs.